Good morning, LinkedIn family. Thank you for joining me on Coffee with Bob again today. Today is a Welcome Wednesday, which is always good because I like being able to introduce new connections. And today on Coffee with Bob, we have Gage Walker with us, a new connection. If you're not connected to Gage, if you're not following Gage, if you're not engaging with Gage, I highly recommend it. Everybody hears me say this over and over again, one connection can change a life. Gage could actually be one of those connections that can change the course of your business, right? So Gage, tell us a little bit about what you got going on.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on here. I'm over here working at Connected, and a brief little rundown of what we do. We're a software company that integrates with LinkedIn. So we automate the whole outreach process. So people who are doing a lot of outreach and prospecting on LinkedIn, that's where we come into play. As you know, if you're on LinkedIn trying to connect with that target audience, sending out a bunch of connection requests and messages, and then remembering to follow up with those people, that's where our software really comes in handy. It kind of looks like sending out those personalized connection requests, as well as the follow-ups when you don't get the response. And we do it in more of a networking manner rather than, I'm sure everyone on LinkedIn has probably gotten a lot of those spammy messages. We try to keep away from that. We're more just trying to engage people in conversations and see, whatever your offer is, see if the person that you're trying to talk to can use it. And if they are interested, then, get them to engage in a conversation. So it's a great way to save you time and get those conversations started without being on LinkedIn all day. So that's kind of a brief overview of what it is.
So now, is this a browser plugin or is this an actual application running on your local machine?
It's a cloud service. So yeah, it's running on the background. You can close it out once you get the messages set up and running. You can just close out of it, and it'll run for as long as there's still people within that list that you set up.
So give an example how a typical person, let's say a consultant, might use your application on LinkedIn.
Yeah, so whatever their target audience is, I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with what a Boolean search is, but you would do a Boolean search. It's basically just a hyper-targeted, way to find that target audience. So once you get that list of people, say it's 2,000 people, you copy that URL, plug it into our software, and then you set up those messaging sequences beforehand. So it's going to go out to 100 people a day or up to 100 people a day. And if that list was 2,000, it's going to run for 20 days. So once it starts running on the connected side, the only time you have to mess with it is when you get the responses on LinkedIn. You go in and carry on that conversation. So once you get a response, the automation kicks off. So like I said before, we try not to be spammy or anything with that. And, we try to teach all of our customers that as well. More of the sales side of things rather than, just blasting out a bunch of messages, because we can actually do up to 10 follow-ups. But if you send 10 follow-ups within a week or 2 weeks, who's going to reply to that? No one.
Right.
So that's kind of, the process that we take and the process that we, try to teach our customers as well.
So there are a couple services out there that do something similar. How do you guys set yourselves apart?
Yeah, so we're one of the only, as far as I know, that offer full training and support, free support. So we actually have an onboarding process. It's 4 weeks long. So we take all of our new customers through that process, train them on how to be successful within our software, as well as optimizing their LinkedIn profiles, all of that good stuff. And then from there, once you pay that, then, you have lifetime access to your account, lifetime support. So, if you're not seeing the results that you want to see, then we just hop on a call with you and, get everything ironed out and make sure, it's running the way that you want it to run. So, that's kind of the main difference. I know there's a lot of companies out there that, they're cheaper, but then, either they charge an arm and a leg for support. That's where they get you, or, they just don't have the support and they just give you the software and let you run with it. And that's what I think. And I think that's when you get a lot of those spammy messages, people that don't know exactly how to use it, or they pitch in the first or second message,
Sure.
Because they've never been taught on, how to properly use it.
Cool. Now, does your site have a lot of this material on there, like post on how to do some of these things? I mean, part of being on LinkedIn too is giving away this type of content, helping people out, and then utilizing the application.
Yeah. So we actually have a blog, and then we have a YouTube channel. We're posting videos, continuously, pretty much every week. We're coming out with several videos, offering free advice like that. So, anywhere from specific industries, we'll give advice for real estate agents or give advice for financial advisors, whatever that industry may be. We probably have a video on it somewhere. So, we're putting out content, pretty continuously.
Now, are you working with a specific, I can't talk today,
Yeah.
vertical, or are you kind of across all verticals? You said yourself.
Yeah, for me, myself, I actually have a background in the construction industry. So, I do a little bit with that. That's not my main focus. I also have a background in marketing. So that's kind of my main focus is people in marketing, marketing directors. That's one of the titles that I go after because they can really utilize our software.
Mhm.
But as a whole, as a company, we just work with whoever does, or, whoever needs to do outreach on LinkedIn. There's really no specific, industry or niche that we target as a whole.
Right, right. Because everybody needs to do outreach, right?
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah. Some more than others, but,
And how long have you guys been around?
it's going on 2 years now. So we're still a fairly new company. We phased out of that startup phase now. And it's actually kind of a funny story. One of my good friends, he's one of the founders. So there's 5 founders and 4 of them are based here in Indianapolis. So that's where, our office is, downtown Indy. And like I said, I'm good friends, been friends with him for 5-6 years now. And they started it and I was still doing my marketing stuff and he kept talking about it. Hey, you need to come over to Connected. You need to, come sell this software. It's awesome. And I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. And then, as time went on, I kept seeing them grow and grow. And then, they went from, a few employees and now we're up to like 100 employees. So it's just, it's been expanding, blowing up like crazy. So it's been a good time. I've been here for about 3 months now, still fairly new. But it's already, I can see it progress a lot just in the 3 months that I've been here.
Awesome. Congratulations. That is awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I've tried out a couple of tools like yours on LinkedIn early on, and I've never really seen them measure up. So when you compare this to, like, let's just say LinkedIn Sales Navigator, what sets you guys apart?
Yeah. So, and it's hard to put this all into words, where our platform really stands out is when you actually see it. We always compare it to cars. So, you're comparing a Prius to a Ferrari and we're the Ferrari of automation. So
There you go. Okay.
yeah. So we're, we got to brag on ourselves a little bit. But, just to give some numbers, LinkedIn allows you to do up to 100 connection requests a day.
Mhm.
And as a company average, we're seeing around a 35-ish to 40-ish% acceptance rate. And then around a 40-50% response rate right now.
Very good.
Yeah. So, anywhere from 15 to 20 conversations are being started every single day. And, obviously those numbers can be lower depending on your industry and how active your target customer is
Right.
on LinkedIn, but those are kind of average. And, for me right now, after I would say the last 2 weeks, I've had some of the best 2 weeks that I've had since I've been using the software. And I've actually had, close to a 60% acceptance rate and then almost an 80% response rate.
Wow.
So I've been really, really busy, trying to keep up with the messages and all that. But obviously, that's on the higher end. It's not always like that. So
Yeah. Well, very cool. That's awesome. Again, if you're not connected to, or if you're not following or engaging with Gage, I think you really should. I've taken like a little sneak peek at the application, and it looks pretty cool. I'm hoping to play with it soon. There'll be some links in the comment below where you can reach Gage, but he's one connection that could change the course of your company life. Gage, thank you very much for being on Coffee with Bob. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me. Really appreciate it as well.
Take care.
You too.
Hang on.